Welcome to Ouch. Was that a ghost? This podcast may contain graphic material, which some listeners may find disturbing. Listener discretion is advised.
Help me.
Now that we covered that, here's your host, Liz.
Welcome back to Ouch, Was That a Ghost? Today I have with me the amazing Natasha from Cryptids and Conspiracy.
Why does everyone call me that? Natasha.
Because it fits.
Well, it's partially the same reason people spell my name incorrectly. When I say Natasha, they spell it with an O.
Natasha? That sounds exotic.
I know, I am exotic. Oh my gosh. We're in for it now, guys.
Yeah, I wanted you to come on because it's a cryptid, and I love doing cryptids
Woo!
with you. Well, it's multiple cryptids.
Oh, even better. The only thing better than a cryptid is more than one cryptid.
Absolutely. So I'm covering some California cryptids.
Ooh. I don't think I've done anything with California yet.
Yeah, I looked and there's like too many to just pick one. I mean, I'm skipping over the chupacabra because I did a whole episode just on them.
I'm anti-chupacabra.
You are. Stop it.
Well, it depends on what kind of chupacabra.
Which ones do you not like?
The real chupacabra is the OG chupacabra, the lizard one, and from like Brazil. That's the real chupacabra. The other one's just a mangy dog.
Oh, they're all just imposters.
Like I could just shave this guy, and he could be I could shave him, and he'd be a chupacabra.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm not going to go into like Bigfoot, the big ones, but California is a state with a plethora of terrain, topography. It has a diverse geography filled with history of Native Americans, settlers fighting for gold. So, of course, it's going to be filled with all sorts of legends and lores of things hiding out in remote areas.
Yeah.
The first one I'm covering is the Dark Watchers of California.
Ooh, I don't think I know about that one.
Some claim their tales go back to the Chumash indigenous people. I hope I didn't say that wrong. If I did, I apologize.
My brain went tail, and I'm going, their tails are that long? Like tail, like wag, and not like a I'm telling a tale. I thought it was like a tail, like a doggy tail.
Very long tails, yep. They lived along the Channel Islands in California's central coast, dating back thousands of years, of course, before settlers. They found drawings of these figures in their caves. The Dark Watchers, or the early Spanish settlers in the 1700s, call them Los Vigilantes Oscuros.
That was good. Snap clap.
Thank you. They've been a staple in California's lore for hundreds, if not thousands of years, appearing in the late afternoon or twilight. These tall, sometimes giant-sized, spectral beings have been spotted on the St. Lucia Mountains, motionlessly just watching travelers. They often appear at twilight or dawn. I'm sorry, I need glasses. That's why I'm squinting.
I've already got questions.
What are the questions?
Okay, so they're conveniently only showing up when it's also dark and hard to see.
Mm-hmm.
They're also not moving. They're just staring at you. Maybe it's just a tree.
It could be.
Like, if they're not moving,
but they're human-shaped. I don't know any trees that are like, a lot of them are said to have hats and stuff, too.
If you're looking like a long way away, that was the other thing is if it's not far away, and it could easily be a freaking tree or a telephone pole, what if it's just a hat man?
Oh, it could be the hat. Maybe this is where the hat man lives. We never knew where he came from. We could have just solved it.
That's true. He just comes out of the mountains?
He just stands on top.
Is he only in the mountains?
He stands like on top of ledges and mountains and watches down. They're often seen adorning hats, dark capes, and walking sticks.
Oh my gosh, it's just the fuck.
What?
The guy, Spring Hill Jack.
Ah.
With a cape, and he's
yes.
got, yeah!
This guy has no fire, though.
Oh.
But it's been years, so who knows?
Maybe he just needs a job change.
Possibly.
He's lost his steam.
This is part-time job. He needs to make ends meet. Eggs are expensive.
If you've got him like on the ledge, I'm just picturing him like Simba, holding up a baby shadow person like off the edge.
Occasionally, they can be spotted looking up, but they're mostly looking down. They appear, watch, and then they're said to simply vanish. No one has gotten close enough to give any more detail, and if you approach them, they're said to just disappear. They're described as just quiet observers.
That's only because you're getting close enough to see it's not really a shadow person.
I feel like you're skeptical of
I
this.
swear where this tree was, there was a shadow person right here where this tree was about 200 yards back. Hey, I try to look at all sides. I'm just saying it seems very convenient.
Mm.
That's all I'm saying.
It's just, I don't know, it's creepy if you look at the drawings of it. It's just like this shadow figure sitting up there. And something about shadowy figures is so unsettling.
I feel like if it's a shadowy figure, like a shadow person, there's no facial features, so how the hell do you know it's looking up?
Maybe the hat brim?
Does his hat fall off?
Possibly.
Like, and he's like, oh shit, it like rolls down the hill, and he's like, oh, and then he vanishes because he's chasing his hat
Could be.
down the hill. Oh my gosh. Spectral bloopers.
In 1937, poet Robert Jeffers wrote, quote, he thought it might be one of the watchers who are often seen in this length of coast range, forms that look human to human eyes, but certainly are not human. They also made an appearance in John Steinbeck's 1938 short story. He said, quote, once on a white barren spur, he saw a black figure for a moment, but he looked quickly away, for it was one of the dark watchers. No one knew who the watchers were, nor where they lived, but it was better to ignore them and never to show interest in them. They did not bother one who stayed on the trail and minded his own business.
Because trees can't walk.
Such an asshole.
It's the great white oak watcher. Which is funny because I have been face to face with a shadow person like a foot from me, and that's probably why I'm just like laughing about it, because I'm like, otherwise it's scary as shit. But the thing I saw, if it was up far away, it wouldn't have been big enough it wouldn't even have caught your attention.
Well, some of these are said to be really, really large.
Now, my son said that when he was out hunting one time, he saw a shadow man. It looked like a hat man. I drew a picture because he was describing it to me, so I just kind of doodled it. And he was like, that's it. And it looked just like a hat man, but he said his was like 10 or 11 feet tall.
This might be this.
So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think he just farted on me.
She's talking about her dog.
You stink. Oh, so yeah, Melissa farted on me.
Yeah. The report seemed to stop in the 1960s, but online people do still claim to catch glimpses. While they could be just an illusion or a tree, like Natasha said, caused by lights and shadows, they're often seen as night approaches. Or it could be just like, you're alone, isolated, you have anxiety. Could have been like misinterpretation of natural stimuli like trees. Or it could be something called an optical illusion called the Brockton specter. Also,
where you see faces?
Yeah. It's called the mountain specter. So if you gaze into mist or fog, the sun shines, it can cause an illusion. And then another theory is it could be aliens.
Nah.
Okay. Well, that theory ended quickly.
The description to me doesn't scream alien, because even if an alien's wearing anything on its head, it's generally a helmet, not a hat. And they're typically very shiny. And even though it is dusk when these things are primarily seen, there's at least some light. So there would be some sort of, from most accounts, there would be some sort of glimmer or sheer something, some sheen showing, if it was anything like metallic or whatever. That's just my assumption. I had something and I totally lost it. Shadow people.
Aliens. Trees.
Before aliens.
Spring Hill
before
Jack.
Trees. Okay, it was after Spring Hill Jack, before aliens. Man, I had it too, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, I was going to tell you. So something this happens to me frequently around dusk. So I have issues with my eyes with the light and everything. I can't see at night. And when it starts getting dusk and I'm driving like on a back road or anything where there's not a lot of light, my eyes will see, like, I will swear that I'm seeing a deer run out like towards the road, but there's nothing there. It's just with the movement and stuff and the light being not quite out, but not quite enough to see. It really, like, the colors all mesh.
Yeah.
So
you just see something that's not there. So the next cryptid I was just going to skip over because there's not a lot of information is called the ghost deer.
The not deer. Oh wait, a ghost deer or not deer?
The not deer. Yeah.
The not deer's fucked up, man. Go ahead.
I couldn't find that much because literally I didn't have time to put it together. The only thing I have is they're seen by hikers near Mount Eddy. Oh, go ahead then.
You're in luck. I know about not deer.
Well, do it.
So basically, if you look, it's essentially a deer that is drastically physically deformed and does not act like a deer. It might look like a deer, but like say its head's like it looks like its neck's broke, but it's still like running around.
That sounds like a skinwalker.
Well, but it's with other deer. Like it's just so you can look it up on TikTok and like YouTube. There's a couple videos that are actually pretty good depictions. And it literally looks like the deer's head. It's a deer. It's running. One deer runs out. This deer comes out behind it, and looks normal except its head's like cockeyed. It's like tongue's hanging out. Or you'll see it to where it's like it's got an extra leg, or its antlers are weird, or it's got like an extra eye, almost like it's trying whatever's trying to look like a deer doesn't quite get it. Kind of like when you ask AI to make a person and show their hands.
It has 12 fingers on one hand.
You get extra fingers. You're missing fingers. You got webbed fingers. It doesn't look right. It's kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, me being a person that I've spent a large portion of my life hunting deer, and all of that, there very well could be probably injuries that have healed, some sort of genetic mutation.
Not an extra leg, though. Oh, genetic mutation, yeah.
Yeah, genetic mutation, stuff like that. There are frogs. I mean, it's not a deer, but there's frogs, like, because of the pollution from this freaking town above me or city. Above the city, the water's clear. It's crystal clear. It's beautiful. It's clean. It goes through the city, and by the time it gets to me, you can't even see your hand 2 inches under. It's just green and nasty. And we literally have had frogs with like extra extra legs.
That makes me think of, remember in The Simpsons when they had the fish with like
yes,
the eyes?
Yes, that's exactly it. That is exactly it. Now, what would be interesting to me is if there's a population or sightings of these not deer, if they were anywhere in the vicinity of anything that would potentially even dispose of hazardous waste or has nuclear something. That I feel is actually maybe not a cryptid, more just like a genetic fuck up that should have died off by natural selection. It just didn't.
The only thing that makes me think not on that is that like hunters have reported to shoot at the animal. Maybe they just totally missed it, but they say that, quote unquote, they hit it.
That fish is this big.
But then the animal kept sprinting away.
It's a man 6 inches. It's not a woman 6 inches. It's a male 6-inch fish. It's like 2 feet long. It's really like 4 inches. Yeah.
Did you ever see those videos on TikTok? Which, wow, that was a big downtime for TikTok, by the way. But on TikTok, they have like tape measures and they'll just show the guys the back of it and they'll be like, pull out 6 inches. And they always pull out like 4. But they're so distorted on what 6 inches actually is. It's hilarious.
Yeah. That's why I always, on my podcast, I'll be like, yeah, I'll do measurement. I'm like, well, is that a male or a female's measurement? Because I got to know. But I do, there are things that are different. And, but I personally have been where I have shot at something and I'm like, I swear I should have hit it. And nothing, just nothing. But I swore I hit it.
So you're saying the deer is mutation and hunters that can't shoot?
Yeah.
Okay. So another one debunked.
Now, I mean, and the only thing I can think of is if there are hunters that say they shot at it and they have some sort of evidence or a marker that they're like, I know this deer was standing right here where I shot at was this high and the tree on the other side has a bullet in it. Or because they do jump really, like I've had some where you shoot and it hears that crack because it's like, far enough away that it jerks just enough that it just gets out of the way and it doesn't hit it. You'll literally see fur and no blood. They're fast.
Yeah, I got one that I was going to say hit my car, but I hit it. It was when I got my brand new car. I was driving down the street and it was all icy and I had enough time to brake to either hit the guardrail or bump the deer. So I bumped the deer. It was like fine, just went about its day. My whole front end was like squished in. I wanted to cry. It was like I had it for like a month.
That sucks.
A few 100 miles on it. Yep.
I hit one going 80 miles an hour. fucked
Oh
that thing
my
up. It still got up.
gosh.
It still got up and took off. And literally, it looked like you took a cookie cutter and just printed the front of my car. You could even see the ear. You could tell it was a doe because it didn't have antlers. And like you could literally see that it was a deer and it was a girl. I mean, it just planted the front of my car.
So my son, after that, he went on Amazon and got these things that you put in the
The
grill
deer
of your...
whistles.
Oh, you know about them.
Yeah, only my car, because of the way the hood is shaped, the incline that the hood's on, I can't use them. They
Oh.
won't work. I could get them on, but they don't actually like do anything because the wind doesn't hit it right.
I don't know if they actually work or not, but I slapped them on there.
I've heard they work, yeah.
I didn't know if I should be offended or be like, oh, thank you for getting these for me or what.
I got them for Christmas one year, yes.
But I haven't hit a deer since, so I don't know.
Yeah, I've actually heard that they do work.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Even if not, it's a good mental thing to have on there, if by any
Yeah.
chance they don't.
Unless you find a deaf deer.
The next one is the Hyampom hog deer. I don't know if I said that right or not. Hyampom?
The what?
Hyampom. It's Hyampom. So it's H-yam pom.
Hayapom? I would say Hayapom. Hayapom? Hayapom? Hiya! Palm! Oh my gosh, you know those palm waters? Hiya! Palm water.
Yes, that's it.
Insert here.
Yep.
Okay. Yep,
It's
got it.
him hog bear. He's often spotted in the Columbia River, in the Klamath River, in Northern California. In the early 1900s, this bear was described as like a small brown bear, curly hair, sharp nose. And he had...
I found him.
Yes.
Here's a Hayapom.
Does he like eating pigs? Because that's one of their...
Hiya. Actually, he probably does.
Okay. They weren't really that dangerous to human. They kind of just went after pigs and that was it. And then in the 2015 Fearsome Creatures, the cryptid was described as a larger bear with a piggish nose and pig-like features. And now he is said to have saliva and musk it can emit that will paralyze the muscular and breathing of any warm-blooded animals, so humans and or their prey.
So it goes from bear to pig bear. Is this some like weird Simpsons shit again? Oh, that's Spider Pig. Spider Pig, Spider Pig. That's whatever a Spider Pig does.
The name Hyampom hog bear is derived from where it resides and its appetite for pork. It's said to lurk quietly around pig farms, waiting for the right time to strike and take chunks out of the animal as the animal squeals in pain. This made me think of Man Bear Pig, South Park.
That's what it was, Man Bear Pig. That's what I was trying to think of, not Spider Pig. That's exactly it. Oh.
So a member of the Forest Service claims to have trapped a cub Hyampom hog bear, and it was sent to the Washington State Zoo, but it was just a black bear.
Duh. Okay, so this... Yeah, I'm going to call bullshit. I don't have my tissues to throw a flag on the play. This sounds like it was a freaking bear. They called it a pig bear or whatever.
Man Bear Pig.
Because it ate the pigs, right? And it just seems like I don't want my kids to go playing in the woods or whatever. So I'm going to tell them there's this real stuff, which only makes a kid want to go look for it, right? But whatever. I just feel like it's almost like a messed up game of telephone meets too much imagination. You know, say your great-great-grandpappy's telling you about this man bear pig and whatever the hell it is. And so then you go tell your friends, right? Oh, this bear. And they're like, well, why is it called that? I don't know. Maybe it looks like a pig. They don't know. And then that generation gets a little further. And next thing you know, you got pig-nosed pig-nosed bears, you know?
Mm-hmm. And it has a snout now, a pig snout.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's just a matter of generations of not explaining what, just saying what it is and not explaining it, which, you know, from what I've gathered, that seems to be a very common trope of older generations didn't really necessarily use all their words. It was, here's what it is, take it or leave it, move on.
Yeah, don't annoy me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're 0 for 3 so far.
Okay.
The next one I hope you believe in. This one is called the Fresno Alien or the Fresno Nightcrawler.
I love Fresno. My walking pants.
Yes. They're described as about 3 or 4 feet tall,
MC Hammer pants.
with no arms, no mouth, and disproportionately long legs. It just looks like a pair of white pants with an arched top that has a face on it, I guess.
It looks like a tooth.
Yeah, it does look like a tooth.
Like a big giant. So you've seen these. I've crocheted these for you.
Yes, I love them.
I love them. What I like about the Fresno night crawlers is the video evidence. There is video evidence that you can find on YouTube. But not only is it video evidence, it's video evidence that tons of people have gone to the same area, tried different things. They put kids in bed sheets, they put kids in sweatpants and had them like do a little jig, and nobody can reenact the original. That's what I like about this.
I more believe the original. The subsequent videos, I don't know how I feel about.
Oh, to me, there's only 2 videos.
I think there's 3 that I found when I looked on YouTube. There's the one in 2008 when the man that you're probably talking about in Fresno heard his dogs barking, and he ended up checking his security camera and saw something that shocked him. It was a white 2-legged creature, but no arms, and awkwardly making its way across his property. He released footage of what appeared to be a pair of white walking pants, just walking in this strange kind of flowy manner. And the footage was really grainy and hard to see. Little is known about its behavior. And like you said, it was attempted to be debunked, but no one really could.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the one in 2011 when a security camera set up after vandals had been destroying property in Yosemite National Park. They caught 2 of these creatures on film. This one is adorable to me because one is a lot larger, and then there's a smaller one next to him walking. So it looks like mom and son or dad and son taking like a night stroll.
It's like, oh, come on, kids. Or me next to my, first husband, because there's like a 1.5 foot difference.
Yeah, okay. So it's either a relationship or possibly.
Oh, what if it's just a single parent, it's just single mom, Come on, kid, So, okay, what I've heard this, I think it was in the Cryptonaut podcast. I fucking love those guys. They had a theory where, what if the walking pants, so the Fresnos, are migrating to Loveland so that the frogs have pants to wear? How funny is that?
That would be cool. I got to listen to that podcast. You've told me about them 100 times and I haven't listened. I will.
I love them.
But the last video that it's from Montana. You can see something come in and out on the right of the screen, but it's super grainy. And that one I don't really.
It's a sheep.
Yeah. Well, it's been.
That's a bad video.
Well, it's been suggested by many skeptics that it's just digital manipulation or pants on clothesline, or that it's some sort of animal like a crane. These haven't really been debunked. These videos are all online if you want to check them out. Native American folklore has mentioned them. The West Coast tribes, they have wooden sculptures that seem to resemble these night crawlers. So some people think they might be ancient spirits or undiscovered creatures or hoaxes. Or some say it's aliens or a pair of ghost pants.
A ghost pair of pants wouldn't have a face on them, though.
You don't love that? Oh my gosh, that made me smile.
Is that a face on your pants, or are you happy to see me?
Both.
Stick its tongue out. Oh!
I can't believe you don't like ghost pants.
Because it doesn't make sense if it's just pants with a face.
Maybe he has a really short torso.
Sorry, nobody can see the video, but that was good. So my question would be, let's see here. It'd be interesting to know if there were any UFO sightings around the same time in the same area. That would be nice. Otherwise, how many times do you hear of a UFO sighting or an alien sighting or encounter, whatever, where they wander very far from their ship? They got to be close, right? Because they got a GTFO. GTFO in the UFO.
But these guys don't seem to be in any sort of rush either. They're just kind of like strolling nice and slow.
Yeah. So I would say probably creature. I'm on board with the Fresnos.
Okay, so we got one of them.
Woo!
And then there's the Billy Whack Monster. Have you ever heard of him?
Billy what?
Billy Whack Monster.
Well, this is not a Willy Whack monster, but no, I haven't. Is he any relation to Billy Ray?
I don't think so. This decades-old legend talks of a creature lurking around this Santa Paula area of Ventura County. I need glasses. Tales of a tall humanoid that's said to be large, hairy, part ape, part goat with ram horns. And he's covered in gray hair with large claws, like long claws.
Rewind that and do that again, because I think I heard incorrectly, but I'm not sure.
Okay. It's a tall humanoid
Mm-hmm.
it's like hairy all over. He's part ape,
Uh-huh.
part goat with ram horns, covered in gray hair. That's the color of his hair.
So he's essentially a goat man.
With long claws.
It's a goat man.
Goat man is part ape?
Well, define ape, and what are you looking at?
I don't know. They're known to violently attack cars with huge rocks.
It's a goat man!
Is that really what I've never done goat man.
So there's two major ones. There's one in Maryland, and then there's one in like Texas. And there's one that like hangs out by bridges, and like it'll wait for people to like park their car, and then it'll like fuck them up, right?
What assholes?
Like, you know, they go to park or whatever. Yeah, like it'll like jump on the car and like beat on the
Others claim that they just roam around carrying a large club.
The goat man has an axe.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's a mother effing goat man, yo.
That's funny. Okay, he's called the Billywhack Monster because he's said to live in
Billy Goat with a whacking mallet.
what
Let's see it.
used to be the Billywhack Dairy. He's said to live in the ruins. This Billywhack Dairy used to be the state-of-the-art dairy farm that is now fallen into disrepair. The Billywhack Dairy was owned and operated by Switzerland native August Rubel, who moved to Ventura County after serving in the American Field Services in France. And in 1924, the state-of-the-art dairy facility opened, and it ran till 1942. Rubel was said to be connected with the OSS, or the Office of Strategic Services, which was basically the CIA before it was the CIA.
Yeah.
They were rumored to have been experimenting under his dairy farm in the rooms and tunnels below, and he was working with the OSS. They were known to be involved in all sorts of unethical experiments, studying diseases, brainwashing.
With the goat! It's a fucking goat man!
Is this kind of his story too?
Maryland! Yes. Supposedly they were doing experiments with a goat. There was a mishap at the facility, and a scientist mixed with a goat. Blah, 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 goat man. That's not my theory, but it's a theory.
Okay. Well, they were doing other inhumane practices there, and they enlisted Rubel to use his facility to help create a secret weapon for World War II to make a super soldier. And the creature is said to be the result of an experiment gone wrong.
Why would you need a goat for a super soldier?
I don't know.
Maybe he's like rocky terrain. You got that mountain goat in there. Man, he just climbed up that hill like a mountain goat. You never believe it.
But I guess that they said that the experiments went wrong, and then the creature turned on its creator, and it's resided in the dairy farm ever since. And in the 1950s, a 9-year-old boy reported being attacked and clawed by a wild, unknown animal by the Billywhack Dairy. He survived the encounter, having scratches on his back and arms from the attack. And later, another teenager went out to search for this creature and reported witnessing a snarling man in a hole. I couldn't find anything more on that.
That's probably just a hobo.
That was just...
Get that man a hot meal and some meds. Get him a bed, a blankie, a little hot meal. Get him a ham sandwich.
Don't you want more elaboration on just that one part of the whole story? A snarling man in a hole.
How big was the hole?
I have no idea. I want more info.
That's all it gives you?
Yeah, that's it. In 1964, the creature terrorized hikers out in the wilderness for hours. Once they made it out, they reported it to the local news, which ran the story. Kids all started trying to catch the creature. And the woman who lived...
As one does.
I just want the guy in the hole.
It's like a posse of pediatrics. The pediatric posse. Oh, this is going to be merch. I got it. TM.
And the woman who lived on the property had to block 43 kids that wanted to go and rush the property looking for this creature.
It's like Area 51, Goatman edition.
The Billywhack Monster has mostly been seen by students of the Santa Paula High School, and the monster has been said to throw 50-pound rocks at their cars or attack the vehicles, leaving dents on the hoods and scratches. While there's little reports outside of the 50s and 60s, some think that he's still lurking around, while others think that the Billywhack Monster sightings could actually have been Bigfoot.
Horns?
I don't know.
It just sounds an awful lot like Goatman, because he was also, I believe, in the 50s and 60s and magically disappeared in like the 70s.
So he just made his way around, you think?
Okay, so here's my theory on the Goatman. So let's see, there's multiple Goatmen, goat people, whatever.
Goat persons.
And yeah, goat persons. And some say that it's like a goat head and a person body. Some say it's goat legs, goat head, person middle piece. Sometimes it's person on top, like goat on the bottom, like Hercules style. You hear all these different ones. Now, let's break this down. Do you know what happens in theory when you go through a wormhole? Like what they say scientifically happens when you go through a wormhole.
What?
So what they have proven basically is as you get closer to the portal, all of your atoms virtually explode. Like they all come detached, and then you essentially get reattached on the other side. So my theory is, in some other universe or something, some other plane of existence, there's this poor fucking farmer just walking with a goat, trying to get him back home. Maybe he got out of his pen, who knows? Or he's just walking him out there, right? And he just whoops into a wormhole. So what happens is him and his goat go through this portal. So all their atoms like detach and reattach on the other side, but they're in the wrong one. Kind of like The Fly. That movie, the old movie The Fly.
I never saw that. My mind went to Mike TV in Willy Wonka. You know how he went up in the sky and then just like reassembled himself, but he just like shrunk down smaller.
Yeah. Yeah. It took me a second. I was like, wait, what? But yeah, so essentially they say that like your atoms and molecules and everything just detach so that way it can go through the portal and then it reattaches on the other side. So I'm just thinking, what if they just didn't reattach properly on the other side and you end up with these weird different variations of a goat man?
That would suck for the farmer if he got the goat top.
But that's the thing is you have some with goat top and person bottom and some with person bottom and goat top, whatever. There's all kinds of different reports of different variations of it.
Huh.
So what's to say it couldn't? Like, can you imagine just like walking, also just like whoop, and then it's like shit. You look down and you're like, the hell is that? And you've all of a sudden got horns like Hellboy. Like, what do? Your breath smells like tuna, dude. The dog's breath smells like tuna. Dear heavens. But I'm just wondering, because I feel like that makes sense. And it does make sense if, say, maybe he didn't have an axe, he just had whatever was around at the time. Maybe he had a club nearby. He's rummaging through the woods. He just shows up in this place and he's like, where the hell am I? Where's my other pieces? And then he's like, what do I do now? Well, now I got to get something to protect myself because look at me. Look at me. I'm hideous. But I mean, I think it could, if you believe in the goat man, if you think the goat man is a real thing, I think it could be real. I'm not sure how I feel about goat man, but it just makes sense.
I don't know enough about the goat man to make a decision.
You pretty much do. You just don't know it.
Okay.
Or the other idea I had was, what if, because a lot of times demons and things of that kind of nature typically have the goat horns and they tend to be very goat-esque, right? So what if it's just a horrible hell prank? I mean, literal hell prank. And there's, again, another portal or whatever. And so you have the guys all working in hell and they're like, hey, Bob, like the new guy, down in the basement, you need to go find some blinker fluid, whatever. And so the guy's like looking around and all of a sudden he just falls into the portal and he's like, oh, shit.
I thought you were going to be like, it was a fraternity rush week.
Yeah. No, it's like, you go to do the prank and you're like, let's see if you can find it. And then they're up there laughing. They're like, ha, he fell through the portal. I don't know.
So we got one out of all of them, unless it's a goat man. So maybe two. And then we have the Lone Pine Mountain Devil, which is mostly spotted near the mountains of Mexico and Lone Pine, California. It's said to possibly be a relative of the New Jersey Devil.
Aha! That's where I was going. My brain immediately went, Jersey Devil?
Which may go back to the Native American tales, first gaining its name from settlers in 1849. During the time of the gold rush, the settlers reported that they found carcasses of coyotes and bobcats throughout the desert and mountains, said to attack the soft cartilage of its victims, so the torso and the head of the victims.
That's not... Well, I guess the nose.
Yeah, just like pieces of it, not the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
And it said, like, it would go for the meatier parts of the animal. They seem to kill and just leave the carcass for others to eat or just to let it rot. The cryptid is described as a furry, bat-like creature, being larger than a person. What?
Bat Squatch!
I haven't done him either.
Bat Squatch!
Furry, multi-winged creatures.
Oh, I don't even... Define multi-wing. Does that just mean he has a set of wings, or
Like at least
like
4.
a butterfly?
No, like it would have
okay.
like 2 up here, 2 down there.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's said to have sharp multi-layers of venomous fangs and razor-like talons. It's said to be aggressive towards anyone that goes near the area it inhabits. It appears in print when Father Justice Martinez wrote of a group of these creatures wiping out a wagon train of 37 people in 1878.
Damn.
The legend spread by settlers. Yeah, that's a lot of them, right?
Well, but I guess if you're only eating portions of them, it takes a lot to fill up.
Just snacking. Settlers spread the legend of families being murdered and their faces and torsos being cleaned to the bone. He described them as winged demons and that said that they were sent from the depths of hell. And the creature is said to pretty much keep to themselves, but is very protective of its land and doesn't care for visitors. Sightings of the creature declined. In the 2000s, cryptozoologists have seen a rise in sightings. They think it may be a misidentified animal, like a bat or other flying creature that was embellished, or possibly a dinosaur.
It's a big-ass bat. You know what it makes me think of? And this is going to be like, I don't know how many people out there have actually seen this movie. I love the freaking movie. It's almost like a furry version of the creatures on Chronicles of Riddick. Or Pitch Black, whatever one that is that he's in.
I haven't seen it.
With Vin Diesel.
I haven't seen it.
Girl,
there's so
watch
many movies.
Okay, it's Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick.
Okay.
And then just Riddick.
Okay.
It's got Vin Diesel in it. I'm not generally a Vin Diesel fan, but I freaking love these movies.
Okay.
But they have these creatures that they're on this, like, it's like an extraterrestrial thing, and they're on this planet, and they crash their ship, and there's these big mounds that almost look like giant, like, anthills, right?
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, whenever it gets dark, these giant, like, bat things with these, like, big, like, things on their heads and stuff, and they, like, got all these teeth and claws, and they just slaughter everything. Yeah, they're pretty fucked up, but they got wings and they fly.
Do they only eat the bellies and the noses, though?
I don't know, because it doesn't show you what it looks like after they're done.
Oh, okay.
But it did kind of remind me of that, or it reminds me, okay, Pokemon fans, we're nerding out here. Golbat. Golbat. The purple guy, he's got 2 sets of wings. You have Zubat, and then you have, never mind.
Not to me.
I'm a nerd.
I'm not your...
Okay.
I played Pokemon Go for a little bit, but then I got kind of sick of it.
Well, it's kind of a bat, but it's got a top set of wings and a bottom, like a set of wings on its feet.
On its feet?
Well, what I would call his feet. He's got 2 sets. They're not like Butterfly, where you have like 2 pretty versions that flap. They're 2 bat-like wings.
Eek.
But they're not furry. But that's what it kind of reminds me of. How big did they say it was? Did they say? I feel like Dr. Evil over here petting my dog.
It says to be larger than a person.
So how could that be a misidentified fucking bat?
A bat on steroids.
I mean, even the great white bat, thank you, Ace Ventura, is only like 3 feet tall or something, right? Isn't it like maxes out at like 2 or 3 feet?
I'm not sure.
And they're white, obviously, but they are furry and they do have wings. But they're not bigger than a person. What has wings that could possibly be mistaken as a Okay.
It sounds like you're setting up a joke. What has wings?
What has wings that doesn't give a fuck? This girl. So it's in California, right?
Yes. California Cryptids.
California condor. It's a giant bird. Aren't those like the size of a person?
Yeah, they are very large. I wonder do they have multiple wings?
Well, I mean, if you're scared shitless and it's dark, I don't think you're going to realize that it's only got one set.
That's true. Yeah, if it's flapping, like you said, embellishing, like the thing had 8 sets of wings.
Yeah, that motherfucker was huge. It was 6 inches. So yeah, it says right here, the wingspan reaches 9.5 feet. So depending on if it's turned, like, because like most birds of prey, like a vulture turns, so if you only catch a piece of it coming through,
yep,
if it's turned sideways, you might think it's actually almost 10 feet tall.
See, maybe that would make sense, because the only reason I gave a little bit of more credence to this was because the Father Martinez wrote about that.
Yeah.
But if he saw that, he might have believed that that's what it was.
Yeah, it looks like the body is still only 3 or 3.5 feet tall. But it says they can be up to 4 or 5 feet long, like tall or whatever. But yeah, the wingspan, is about 9.5 feet, I could see where if it's positioned in a way, it could appear, and it may be if it is that and it's circling or whatever kind of weird dive thing it's doing, maybe the way it's shaped might look like two sets of wings. You know what I mean?
Yep. And it's distorted coming down at you, and people don't usually look up and see things coming down at them. So I'm sure
Yeah.
it's hard to distinguish what's what.
Yeah, and they bend, their wings bend. It's not like it's one solid thing. I mean, it's kind of got that bend, it looks like from what I'm seeing. Kind of like a pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Where you always see them with that extra bend, like they do have an elbow.
Mm-hmm.
And so if it's bent and it's like turned the right way, it could very well look like you see two sets of wings.
That's true.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It could be a California condor.
Okay. So possibly a condor.
Other than that, but and depending on, I don't think they eat the whole carcass either, do they?
I have no idea.
I think they pick, they're like vultures, right?
No clue. I have no answers for you on anything you're asking me.
Well, I'm just thinking, I can't think of anything else that it could be mistaken for. And even if they say dinosaur, now it all depends on your variations of dinosaurs. Everybody has that initial lizard skin, whatever. But we have found they do say that sometimes now they have feathers. So can you imagine seeing a freaking pterodactyl with feathers?
I don't think any depiction of dinosaur we see is actually right, because they have the bones. They're just guessing where the cartilage was, where this is, where that is.
Yeah, but there's some that there's a couple like fossils that are like encased where when they instead of breaking it open, they did like an MRI or whatever so they could like slice it. And it does have like a full set of bones. It's usually like something small, a full set of bones, but you can see inside of it where the dents were, where there were feathers.
Oh, with that, I'd believe it. But I'm saying the majority of the dinosaurs we see are just kind of what they pieced together and guessed.
Yeah. And my other thing too is just because it has wings doesn't mean that it has feathers.
That's
AKA
true.
bats.
That's true.
So who knows? I feel like probably if it was something that'd be like a leftover pterodactyl situation from, whatever. Now I don't know how physics works because I mean even a bumblebee's not supposed to fly, right? In order for something the size of a pterodactyl to actually stay up for that amount of time would have to be something that's made probably by a membrane and not feathers, right?
Again, I don't know. I'm useless. I don't even know why I'm here.
I just watched way too much Discovery Channel when my kid was growing up. And Wild Kratts. So
Okay.
I can't think of anything besides a California, which makes sense. It's a California condor.
Mm-hmm.
They're in California. They were. When did this happen?
2000 was the most recent, like 2010, but it goes back to like 1849.
And they are pretty diminished in population, as far as I understand. There's not very many, if there are even any left. They were very few and far between. So you got to think, if you are not used to seeing something that size with that kind of capability, it freaked the shit out of you.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, think about people that never see alligators, they stumble across one.
Yeah.
They're like, oh shit, okay, platypus. You're like, what just happened?
I have an episode idea because of that. We should do cryptids that turned out to be real.
I think I actually did research on that one.
We should
I don't know
do
where my notes are though.
a collab on that one. That sounds fun.
Oh, 1,000,000%. Because you've got the platypus. I mean, think about it. Think about a giraffe.
The first person.
You're like, I ain't believe this shit I saw.
Yeah, he went back to town to tell his friend.
Damn, they're riding back home. You ain't gonna believe this shit.
He'll be like, yeah, okay.
It was a horse with a really long neck. And then it's got spots. Well, then you have
like crazy Tommy again. Yep.
Yeah, Tasmanian tiger. You've got, there's some kind of like giant sloth. There's the orangutan or whatever those are called, the monkeys that people thought they were literally the description of a cryptid. They were a cryptid. They were they were just found like within the last, I think, 20, 30 years. Like in the mountains of like Malaysia or something.
Oh, we definitely have to do this.
And Yeah, and there was just all these cryptids. It was kind of like a Bigfoot situation, right?
Yeah.
These giant apes or whatever. And so everybody just thought they were Bigfoot. But then somebody actually found there was like a pocket of them hidden like way back in some undiscovered area that somebody stumbled across.
Oh,
And they
wow.
actually were real. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, that sounds really
Yep.
fun. All right, I got one more for you. And this one's my favorite.
Okay. Oh,
This is the cacti Felinius inebrius, or the cactus cat.
that's awesome.
Okay. I was waiting for your reaction to see if you knew it.
It's a prickly pussy.
This cryptid is
It's not a cuddly cactus. It's a prickly pussy.
yes. Proceed with caution. This cryptid is spotted near southwestern deserts like California, Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico. Tales of these creatures date back to the 1800s by cowboys and pioneers. It's said to look sort of like a regular house cat, but taller. So I'd say more like bobcat-like.
Like a serval?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's covered in thorn-like fur with sharp bone protrusions, which I didn't really get what's going on with that, covering its body, down to its branching, barbed tail, with, of course, sharp claws.
So like pussy, porcupine, and stegosaurus.
Yes, with the barbed tail. So it has like a what's that medieval thing with the, you know what I mean? The thing with the, oh my,
The club with the little spikes on it.
I can't think of the name of it. I'm thinking of Labyrinth. Do you remember when they had him upside down?
Don't worry. Don't worry. I can read mine.
Oh,
It's
okay, good. In the late 1800s, their sightings began when people would report seeing the cat-like creatures at night cutting open cactus or cacti and drinking from it. Their sharp claws are used to cut open the cactus plants, and then they would later return to drink the fermented cactus juice. So like a little homebrew. And then the cat would stagger around in this intoxicated state, occasionally scratching people.
This is fucking great. I can't even. This is awesome.
People said that they have woken up with welts on their body from the cat's thorny tail. Besides that, it's said to just do its own thing, roaming around like a normal cat. And it's said to give off this distinct, haunting wail at night. And it's often said to give off, this is so gross to me, the sound of its bones rubbing together.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that.
Like just think of it as like when you rattle your antlers.
Ugh. Bones just rubbing together. Sorry.
That's essentially what antlers are.
Reports of the creature's wail are said to be heard at... No, I already said that. So if you see a cactus with scratch marks on it, you should avoid the area because there might be a drunk cat nearby. A drunk cactus cat nearby. People try to explain away the drunk cat's cry as being that of a puma, and the creature may just be a bobcat, mountain lion, or porcupine.
I'm going porcupine.
But I say no. Long live the cactus cat.
Okay. I love the idea of a cactus cat that just, okay, for starters, why does it have to slice the cactus open and then let it ferment?
It's said to drink the sap occasionally, but it always comes back and drinks it. And I forget, I should have wrote it down for you. When I was looking into this, I think it said Pokemon or Avatar or one of the anime things that there's one of those has something like this, like they drink.
Yeah, a cactus cat. Yeah, because that's exactly what I pictured.
Which one is it?
I'll have to look it up. I'll have to look that one up. But I remember because that's the first thing I popped in my head was like a cactus cat. I love the idea, but I'm just going in. I mean, if we want to get real,
Stop.
Do they have porcupines
in California?
Yeah, because if it could have a little whatever tail, it could just be that the poor little porcupine got something stuck to his tail.
Let's see. Does California have porcupines? Yes. Porcupines live in California.
So I'm thinking, now the claw thing does remind me, remember, it was just funny that we were talking about the giant sloth. Or what about, don't anteaters have big clumsy claws that are basically useless? Except they, like, tear stuff down? I think it's a sloth.
Yeah, the sloth, but they're just so...
Well, nobody said the cactus cat's fast.
Their tail, though?
But my thing is anything could be, I mean, it's not saying that there's been like 50,000 sightings. It could have been like 3. And what if it just had something stuck to its tail?
See, you could have discredited all the other ones, but this one hurts.
No, I'm just telling you, I love the cactus cat. Long live the cactus kitty. I like prickly pussy better, but I was going to tell you that's one hell of a Venus flytrap, if you know what I'm saying. But my thing is okay, so it doesn't eat anything except it's like prison cactus
It may eat other things. It just says
moonshine.
that it goes and drinks its little homebrew and then, just stumbles away.
I wonder if it only likes certain species of cacti.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because what if certain variations have different chemistry? So maybe it's like a natural like LSD when it ferments or something. And it just really likes getting fucked up. It's like the Cheech and Chong of cactus
He's
cats.
like, the catnip ain't doing nothing for me anymore.
Catnip is a gateway drug. Wait till you get on that cactus shit, yo. You'll never look back. They try to make me go to rehab. But I love it. So my thing is now I don't remember you saying anything about a color. You just said
so they're green.
So here's what I'm thinking. Ready? What if it's just the Yule cat?
Ooh.
But what if it is? I mean, because it had, prickly fur, right? I mean, well, sharp fur. But what if it was just something that, I mean, if you think about it, if you have an animal and you live anywhere near a farm or water or mud or anything, if an animal that's furry, that has longer fur, well, I guess even shorter fur sometimes, it goes out, it gets wet, it gets that mud packed in, maybe it's rolling around or whatever, and then it dries, their fur will dry together in clumps that make it look like it's prickly, like it's sharp.
Yeah, that's true. And in the heat, if they got into anything sticky.
Okay, this picture of the cactus cat is dope. I love how it's like got this like, yeah, that cactus cat, the one below it all the way to the left is exactly what I was thinking about.
This one didn't drink yet though. You can see he's still sober.
I don't know. I look pretty alert when I'm toasted. I did a whole episode slosh the other day.
Oh, did you?
I mean, I was slosh before we started. So then, but yeah, I mean, I'm definitely on board for the cactus cat.
It's so good.
If it doesn't exist, it should.
Absolutely.
But my thing would be, you can't survive on liquor alone. I've tried. And what do you do? Like, do they blend in? Can you imagine you're just walking through the desert and you see all these like cacti, whatever. And all of a sudden these motherfuckers just takes off running.
A little cat, I would love it.
But you wouldn't know it's a cat, right? Because it's sitting by the cactus, it just looks like a cactus. And then the cactus just takes off moving.
Yeah. Then I'd probably stop drinking.
I'll have what he's having.
So the only one you believe in out of all these is the Fresno?
Yep. Now, there might very well be a cat that looks similar to a cactus if it's dirty or whatever, because some, depending on where it's at, it doesn't say desert, and you can have cactuses that are not in like a dry, sandy desert. If there is mud involved, some mud, it really does turn green.
Mm-hmm.
So again, if you have a fluffy feline of some sorts that gets wet or muddy or whatever, and it dries, it could very well look green. It could look prickly. It's obviously got claws. And you know what? What do cats do? What do you get a cat when you get a new kitten to play with?
Scratch and post.
You get a freaking scratch and post. So what if it really has nothing to do with the fact that it's getting into the cactus for that? It's just scratching the post, and it just so happens there's juice in it. It's just like, sure.
Yeah.
Like now I know there's water, because if it's a feral cat, it's going to get that water anywhere it can. It doesn't give a shit. My cat drinks out of the toilet if I'm not looking.
Oh my gosh. I have to keep mine closed. They'd prefer that than the water bowl.
Yep. So I think it could be something that exists, but maybe not to the extent.
Yeah. All right, I'll take that.
But I am on board. The other ones, Goatman, I'm on the fence. Now, just Goatman in general. But if Goatman does exist, then the other one you had makes sense. The flying whatever that they think is a giant human-sized bat could potentially be a condor, but I don't know.
The Lone Pine Mountain Devil.
Yeah. The other one's just a fucking bear.
Man, bear, pig.
Man, bear, pig. But definitely Fresno. I mean, it's got some evidence that no one's been able to debunk, and I've got to get on board with that. You cannot talk about Fresno without understanding that fact and accepting the fact that people have tried on multiple occasions in multiple ways to try to prove it fake and can't do it.
And the baby one is so cute.
Kind of like that The Bigfoot footage. Help me out. The old one. Oh my gosh.
I know what you're talking about. I'm so beyond exhausted. I can't think of it.
Where people, I know. Where people have tried and nobody can reenact it. To me, that kind of gives it a little bit more gusto, and makes it a little more believable. So show me the evidence, which for somebody who talks to ghosts on a regular basis, it's kind of funny that I demand evidence.
All right. Well, I'll let you get back to hanging with your puppy. And thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, no problem.
It's been a blast as always. I love doing cryptids with you. Everyone else is just like, oh, it's stupid, and just brush me off, but you'll actually get into it. Like, what do you think?
Oh, yeah.
So who was his mother?
Hey, his second cousin probably had what to drink last night? What if it had 3 eyes?
But yeah, thank you so much for coming on. And everybody should go check out Natasha at Cryptid Creeps and Conspiracy.
Natasha.
She's on like every platform you can think of. So just search her up and you'll get her. And I'll throw her link down below in the, in the description. I'm so tired. I'm like fading fast.
I got to work tomorrow. I'm like, ugh.
All right. Well, have a wonderful night, Natasha. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. Thank you for coming on.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you need more content or just want to help support the podcast, head on over to patreon.com and search Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you need some snazzy merch, you can find it at crowdmade.com by searching Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you have a story you'd like to share, you can email it to ouchwasthataghost@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook and all the other social media platforms under Ouch, Was That a Ghost?
Help me.
All links can also be found on ouchwasthataghost.com.